I don't know how you feel about earnings day, but for me, it's kind of like Christmas or a birthday. I get to unwrap all kinds of presents, if you will, never knowing whether, of course, there is going to be the absolute thing that I was looking for or possibly a piece of coal. But we'll find out later today. So far this morning, as far as the stock is concerned, a lot of volatility. Started out a little bit high and then started drifting lower, jumping all around, lots of volatility. Well, we'll see where things stand at the end of our conversation here in just a few minutes. The number to beat today, according to the street, is 62 cents. And the whisper number, if you will, based on all of our favorite players, is not that far different. So we've got AJ coming in at 64 cents. We have got Tesla fan metal. That would be, of course, anyway, Tesla fan metal is 59 cents. That's one of the lowest. We've got Curious Peggy in at 63. We've got Gary Black hitting him exactly at 63. We got Tesla Larry at 64 cents. We got Farzi at 95 cents. Well, that will give him a lot of credibility if he's the winner on this one. Then we've got Matt Smith. He goes by 𝐓𝐿, MATCHASM, Matt Smith of Rebellion Air. He is coming in at 59 cents. Troy Tesla, no evidence of Troy anywhere. I checked just before we went on the air, and I am a Patreon of his, and nothing showing. All right, Gary Black says this about China numbers this morning. China reported 10,500 registrations for the week of July 15th to 21. After 3 weeks, the third quarter is 28.4 thousand units. That's up 114% quarter over quarter. That's up 36% year over year, and the strongest start to a quarter in 5 quarters. And the market is down this morning. And Tesla is down this morning. I mean, not the market, but Tesla. Anyway, that's a really strong start for the third quarter. This is from 𝐴LLUS, Alaswamy. Okay, it says here, replying to Aid River, end to end on the highway. Alaswamy is a top guy over in the FSD division at Tesla. I should start getting his name in my head. But anyway, he says end to end on the highway is coming to follow as a follow-up on the 12.5.X releases. So the 12.5 releases are going wide, going out to regular folks as of last night. We'll talk about that more in a minute. A lot of the things we talked about yesterday that are going to be on 12.5 have not come out yet. They will be coming out later. So the end-to-end, including highway, that's coming on another release. The 12.5.X, point 1, point 2, point 3, driver monitoring support for sunglasses is coming out later. And also they have not started delivering it to the Cybertrucks yet. So for fun yesterday, I did a couple of polls. Now, people, have busted my chops a little bit about my polls, but these polls, yes, there might be a conservative lean to X. I don't know. There might be a conservative lean to who's following me on X. I'm guessing that there's a very definite male and over 55, just like there is on this channel, but I don't know. I really don't know who's following me on X. What I can tell you is that I ran these 2 polls, and they were kind of fun. So the first one was Tesla earnings tomorrow. Everyone is around 60 cents. We just saw that, all the people who are making sophisticated guesses here. And that includes the one-time charge of the $500 million. So you could add 15 cents to that, 13 to 15 cents to that if you want to get a real number. And then I said, so where are you? So the folks that were 65 cents or higher were at 52.9%. 60 cents to 64 at 26.5. So 55 cents to 59, we're 11.8, 54 and less, 8.8. So you guys are expecting a beat. So what I just learned about who's following me, you guys are a bunch of optimists like me. So maybe that's what I'm attracting. So very optimistic numbers on that. And then I did a Trump versus Harris. Now, this is not political, not even slightly political. You'll see it is about as neutral as it can be. So I asked how many people were undecided and now Harris. That came in at 19%. How many were Trump and now Harris? 7.1%. How many were Biden and now they're going for Trump? That was 14.3%. Were undecided and now Trump, 60%. I don't know if there's any basis of fact or this is helpful at all. All I can tell you is that we also had the Harris poll this morning showing Trump with, I think, an 11-point lead over Harris. So maybe this is actually something that's, I don't know, maybe you can get a little something out of these polls on X. Not sure, really don't know. Anyway, this is from Dirty Tesla. He says, the smoothness of the new 12.5 is off the charts. Every move felt great. Blinking lights are still a weakness. We've seen that. I've seen that. Clips are coming, but he needed an accelerator push through a few blinking reds. Maybe I'm just better trained, but it did seem to yell at me less for eyes on the road, less nag. But we know that the sunglass thing is coming later. So, you know, not sure what's going on there with his version. Speed control is way better. FSD never went more than 2 to 3 miles above the limit, which I find acceptable. It would still accelerate pretty good up to speed, but then sometimes slow down a bit after, but all less dramatic than before. Besides 2 to 3 accelerator taps for blinking reds and needing to back out of a parking lot that the car had pulled into, version 12.5 took me to 4 destinations with no other interventions. Anyway, that's a first report. Giving you the first report. That's all I know. All right, this is Randy Kirk. Please hit like, subscribe, notify. Assuming there's no breaking news this morning, I have an excellent Brian White coming up for you later this morning. And then, of course, we are going to have... we'll have Nicholas Gibbs after the earnings report. So I would say about 2 hours and 15 minutes after the end of the earnings report, he and I will have had a chance to really absorb a lot of what's been going on with people commenting on earnings, with just everything, how the after hours market is going. So right around 2 hours and 15 minutes after the end of the earnings call is when we'll be popping up. Okay, that's when you can look for it. Okay, from the general news this morning, the general economic news this morning, not good. United Parcel Service stock is tumbling this morning as the shipping giants. This is from I forgot to write down whose report this is. So sorry. Shipping giants' disappointing earnings signaled that the freight business is still in a downturn. Tuesday morning, UPS reported second quarter earnings per share at $1.79 on sales of $21 billion. Wall Street had expected earnings per share of $1.99, so missed by 10%, on sales of $22.2 billion. That is a miss of about 0.5%. I mean, about 4% rather. This is all according to FactSet. In the year-ago quarter, UPS reported earnings per share of $2.54 on sales of $22.1 billion. So sales compared to last year down, compared to expectations down, profits down. We do not have the freight. As you know, near the end of each month, I look up the overall freight tonnage as a canary in the coal mine idea. That number, checked it this morning, it's not out yet. This is from CNBC. Sales of previously owned homes dropped 5.4% in June compared with May. Inventory jumped 23% from a year ago to 1.32 million units at the end of June, coming off record lows, but still just a 4-month supply. The median price of an existing home sold in June was $426. That's an increase of 4.1 for a year ago. Now, there's a reason for that, and that is the homes over $1 million is where the action is. Inventory jumped 23. I think I just said that. Oh, a 6-month supply is considered balanced. Okay, yeah. So we still have a seller's market. We still have the middle of, this is still June sales estimate or numbers. That is lousy for June. It's been lousy for May, lousy for June. But remember, it was really good over the winter. I know I've said it lots of times before, but there's always new people listening. And these inventory levels are the highest supply since May of 2020. It says it's boosted by homes that are sitting on the market longer. Usually when you start to see homes sitting on the market longer, it has less to do with the overall real estate market and more to do with the quality of the homes that are on the market at the time. So, homes that are in good locations at the right price, they tend to move very fast, especially when you've only got this kind of inventory. Again, all the other issues with regard to mortgage rates and such, I'm sure are impacting. I'm expecting existing home sales. I'm expecting all home sales. Actually, new home sales, we showed that the other day, we're actually doing quite well. But existing home sales, I would expect that to pick up as we go into the fall and get a lot closer to normal. That's just my expectation. We never know until the fat lady sings. Am I still allowed to say that? Okay, let's take a look here. We have got, what do we got here? Tesla now down 251. It is starting to trend upward again as we're looking at it right now. We have got the Dow Jones finally up. It was down this morning. It is now up 46. The NASDAQ up 80, S&P 500 up 17. The Magnificent Six, the ones other than Tesla, all up this morning. Some quite strongly. Amazon's up 6, Meta's up 4, Microsoft up 3. Yeah, okay. Then we've got the Cathie Woods. The Cathie Woods are mixed. But movements, except for CRISPR, are all in the very low, 10 cents, 15 cents, not a lot of movement. Okay, and then we go back up here for the percentages, and we have got the Dow up 0.13, NASDAQ up 0.48, S&P up 0.32, and Tesla down about 1 full percentage point right now. Okay, then let's go ahead and take a look at the bonds. And the bonds this morning are down. Good, look at here. Down 3 point, this is the yield is down 3.5 basis points to 4.224. Of course, that makes Randy happy. I don't know why. We've got the 2-year also down 3 basis points at 4.491. We do the math, it is 26.5 basis points in the split. We've got the 2-month is actually up 0.2 of a basis point at 5.379, putting it, of course, way over, closer to 120 basis points. All right, so let's go ahead and look at oils. Oil was dropping this morning. Let's see if it's still dropping. Yes, oil is down 94 cents to, this is Texas Intermediate, 77.46. Brent heading towards the 70s at 81.58, down about the same amount. Tesla is now extending its 5-year 0% interest loan for purchases in China. So that's interesting. They also extended the interest rate cuts in the US as well. That was just some news coming in. I just saw it popping on my screen. We have got natural gas down another 2.58% at 2.193. And we've got gold this morning up again, back up above 2,400, 2,403, and that is $9 higher. Silver down 0.33% at 29, so under 30 again, 29.23. Copper down 1% at 4.155, so staying above that $44, but not by much. And the dollar is down against everything, 3%, 5%. So down against the yen, down against the euro, down across the board. We have got Bitcoin down 1,274 back to 66.7. And we have got, that's all we got. That's all there are. Let's go back again and look at that Tesla number, see if it's changing. Down more, so down 356 now. So after being up 12 6.3 yesterday. They're taking back $3.65 of that. So as of the end of our program today, we have got Tesla down in the early going. All right, so this is a time when you want to, yesterday's Brian White was outstanding. It's almost hard to tell you which I would more highly recommend, the Brian White or the Larry Goldberg last night. What a great show that was with Larry last night. So I'm going to put both of them up on Brian and Larry in some order. They'll come up. If you didn't see either of those, they were both really outstanding. Now, Brian White later today, and then, as I said earlier, 2 hours and 15 minutes after the earnings report, Nicholas Gibbs and I will take a look and see what we're thinking about what has taken place during earnings day. Can't wait to pull the ribbon and see what gift I have inside. All right, it's been great talking to you.